Oh, hi Blue Fleet. Hold on. Hold on. That's the dumbest start to a stream I've had in a very long time. I forgot to pull my camera up and pull the flap off of it, so yeah, hi. I've been in a bit of a rush to set up tonight. You can probably tell. Let me just calibrate my camera as well real quick, because I haven't done that just yet. I find that, like, every single stream, it's of big benefit if I calibrate the camera first. Hi, welcome. There we go. We're set now. We're actually ready. Yes. Yes. Excellent. Right, welcome then to Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Hey, Ara, thank you for the sub. 18 months. Damn, thank you. Hello, Blue Fleet. Yes. What the fuck did you write? You wrote it in French. Hello, Blue Fleet. Welcome to the stream of Ace Attorney. I will be your host, Florent Labelle. And now, I will kill the old man and pin it on the other guy. Ho 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 ho. Yeah, hi. Okay. Being serious though, we're getting into part 2 of, you know how blue is spelled? Why'd you write it phonetically? I think it's the spirit of France just took over you for a minute. You were just sat there, just kind of like, and suddenly you just entered like a god tier trance of Frenchness. You became like, you know, like a Protoss Archon, right? You fused together with yourself, and you know, as soon as you, the merging is complete, you were just kind of like Frenchness overwhelming. And, you know, it's nearby Zergling was just like, fucking hell. Fucking Jesus, man. We better scarp or he's gonna fucking murder us. And then the Archon's just like... And, you know, it's just fucking terrifying. Anyway, hi! Let's jump on in. We are at the one who found the body. Yeah, this is the one. Alrighty. You just went trop de puissance. Yeah. I'm guessing that means power overwhelming. Because I know that puissance is strength. Yes, excellent. Excellent. Right, now. We need to be the Ace Attorney Investigations 2. I just realized something. Hold on a minute. There we go. There we go. Yeah, OBS had an update today. And it's kind of mucked all of my my docs up. So I'm just yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay, good stuff. Right, let's have a look at my horse. My horse is a maze. Oh, it's a blurb about the guy in this cell. Let's see what it says. Prisoner number D259. Classification, habitat, see cell to the right. Not exactly helpful, is it? This grizzly fella has a pet polar bear called Teddy. He's a former boxer who loves to stay trim, and he's always on optimum fighting weight. He may push his body to the max, but he's relentlessly kind to himself. Omnivore. Who exactly is all this information for, anyway? Yeah, that's a bit disturbing, but okay. There's something written here. It seems to be about the prisoner in this cell. Prisoner number D258. Classification? Captivus periculosus. He may look fearsome, but this lively fellow is actually a sweet-natured herbivore. He even has a pet penguin named Gwynny. He's skilled at giving such real gripping testimony, you'll swear you were there at the crime scene too. The end. It's the kind of thing you might expect to read in a zoo, not a prison. Are we really incarcerated in the prison system of the US? They're trying to build a prison. Okay, so... It's a mini pig, I believe, though not for eating, I hope. Isn't it great, Mr. Edgeworth? I've been at the zoo. Except it's the humans, not the animals, who live in captivity here. No one would mind if I took one home with me, would they? If by home you mean behind bars, then no, I suppose not. We can't go this way. We can't go into the maximum security wing. The pathway is blocked. Do you see how the pathway is blocked, Ara? Look. The max, you know, that's where we need to get, but it's behind the rabbit of Kirbanog. It's behind the rabbit. If we go past the rabbit, Elita's neck will die. It's a cat. Oh, what a possum kitty. Please, Kay, I'd appreciate it if you could stick to using normal words. If I had a little buddy like her, life in person wouldn't be so bad. No, what am I thinking? I can't get locked up for real. Perhaps I'd better give her a meowment to get this cat speak out of her system. Catgirl K would go hard as hell. Catgirl K would go hard as fuck. Like, I mean, K is, you know, K is off limits for... Oh, hang on, I didn't mean to do that. K is off limits in that sense, right? You know, she's too young. But what you could do instead, and the preferable option, right, is, do you remember reincarnated as a sword? And Fran, the cat girl. That's the sort of cat girl that Kay becomes. She becomes an adoptable cat girl daughter, right? And everything would be fantastic. Everything would be brilliant with Kay as an adoptable cat girl daughter with a massive fuck-off sword the size of her across her back. She prefers ravens. She doesn't, you know, she doesn't need to worry about that. Let's speak to Eddie. So the guy's bracelet was under Fritz, huh? And I thought this place was supposed to be as secure as they come. Surely no prison where animals are allowed to roam freely can be considered completely safe and secure. Doubly so, given who's being held here. You mean the guy Mr. Sard mentioned? We'll say we mosey on over to maximum security and see what that cat's deal is. I guess that black dog will be there too, right? We best be prepared then, yeah? Be prepared? Be prepared! Hey, Hades, how you doing? You just walked into a Lion King reference. Alright. Well, I think we should just go into maximum security then. We're gonna have to bypass the rabbit. We might die. Okay. Whew. So it's back. Yeah. The Bronx prisoner's translation name is J. Elbert. Oh my god. That's pretty good, actually. That's pretty good. I like a nice pun. Well, it's pitch black in there. I can't see a thing. But didn't you say that the Yasugarasu takes flight even in the dead of night or something? Even in the depths of night, when no other bird dares to take flight. What a lone source to shine, the light of righteousness on the world's blight. Team Rocket, blast off at the speed of light. Surrender now or prepare to fight. Meowth, that's right. Anyway. And that one is me, for I am the great thief Yasugarasu. Whoa, you're a powerful performer. Thanks, but that doesn't help me see in the dark. I'm a human, not a three-legged raven. Doge. Ah, Mr. Edgeworth. That voice, I knew it. It has been far too long. You remember me? I could hardly forget now, could I? After all. Perfect voice? Excellent. You love to hear it. You are the one who put me away. Mr. Edgeworth, are you talking to that dog? Or is there someone else in there? Still can't see a dang thing. Oh, but I am forgetting myself. Forgive me. I do not often receive visitors. One moment. I will turn on the lights. Whoa! You are a heavy-footed lot. Am I right in thinking there are 3 of you in all? What the fuck is this guy's skull? Very well. Perhaps we should start by introducing ourselves. His translation name is Sirhan Dogan. I think I misread his name. I misread his name as Bodhidharma, but I think it would be Bodhidharma. I am Bodhidharma Karnis. As you may have gathered, Mr. Edgeworth and I are old acquaintances. Karnis was a notorious assassin. Oh, shit. The pun is body armor, but it wouldn't be pronounced that way. Right, got you. Some knew him as the Blind Butcher. His only weapons were a vicious hunting hound and a fearsomely sharp knife. His appearance was always announced by the sound of bells. The last sound his victims would ever hear. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, am I to guess why you have come to see me? You know why I'm here. In fact, I'm willing to bet you know every detail of this sordid little affair already. Then I suppose we have nothing to hide from one another. Aww. Cute. Your faithful canine friend is currently the chief suspect in a murder investigation. The person who found the body saw a dog with its mouth around the victim's throat. Your witness is mistaken. Helmut is a gentle soul. He is my eyes, nothing more. Doge. Cute Doge. It is absurd to think he would do such a thing. Isn't it, boy? Yes, it is. You're a good boy, aren't you? Helmut is more than a seeing eye dog, and he's certainly no good boy. He's also a trained killer. A weapon once used in this man's sordid trade. This witness of yours, he is trustworthy, I assume. Cerata is anything but trustworthy, and he's still very much a suspect himself. I can hardly claim that his testimony is beyond reproach. No then, I thought as much. Yes, I did, Helmut. Yes. It figures that he already knew who our witness is. Okay. What were you doing between 8 and 10 AM yesterday morning, Mr. Canis? During the show, you mean? I was here, ensconced in these humble surroundings. I have developed a passion for wood carving, you see, an obsession even. I was engrossed in it all morning. And you have permission to engage in such a hobby. I can't believe someone would actually let you. The warden and I have an understanding. An understanding? That's ridiculous. This man shouldn't be allowed one, let alone 5 chisels. They're nothing but lethal weapons in his hands. I was carving Buddhist pieces at first, but by the 674th, my interest had begun to wane. His theme is threatening yet low-key. It really is. It absolutely screams to me, this is about to be the Dark Souls of Sekiro. Oh, that must have taken forever. Time is all I have, child. In any case, my focus is now shifted to pieces such as these. Now that's interesting. Hold on. I kind of wonder if there's a significance here, because the last case had chess theming. This one has chess theming. Hang on, he's an assassin, right? So, Canis is an assassin. We already know there was an attempt on Dijun Wang's life. So what if Canis is somehow tied into that? What if he is also one of the assassins that the president of Shengfa is in fear of? Even a gambit is a chess move. Do you know what I think when people say about gambits, right? I think about French men throwing playing cards. Oh, Cyclops, I shall fuck your wife tonight. I have big stick and I have glory cards. All you have is laser eyeballs. How are these X-Men jokes working? Hit, miss. You think about very evil opening. See, I don't. That's just a spy from TF2. I thought TF2 was bad. I'll be completely honest with you. I thought Team Fortress 2 was really bad. One of us has more culture than the other. Yeah, I mean, I understand how to play chess at a basic level, but I don't understand actual strategy. I don't understand actual chess strategy, I'm afraid. I didn't know you played chess. Interesting. Hold on. So we've got our 2 kings. We've got 3 pawns and a bishop. We've got a rook. We've got another rook. In fact, white's got 2 rooks and 3 pawns, plus king. Black has 3 pawns, bishop, 1 rook, king, and then for some reason a Cerberus. That's a bit weird. You play it too, do you not, prosecutor? Perhaps one day you might indulge me? Though you may find my game rather rudimentary. I only began after my arrival here, I'm afraid. What's that piece? A dog with 3 heads? Ah, yes, the dogs of war. You must forgive my little joke. Chess is, after all, a game of war. Soldiers, knights, castles, all doing their utmost to protect the king, all loyal to the last. I have always thought it strange that such a game has no place for a dog. After all, what more loyal weapon could an army call upon? Still, it's simply a piece I made for fun. Fear not, I play by the regular rules and with the regular pieces. I can't imagine it's easy finding opponents to play here in prison, though. Oh, I have my correspondence. Correspondence chess, then. Sharing moves by post. Yes, even prisoners are allowed to send and receive letters. Their contents are inspected, of course. Although, I have yet to receive the details of my current opponent's next move. Why are the trained assassins the nicest people in the game? I mean, it's probably because they can be. You know, they don't, like... What do they have to lose by being nice, you know? What do they have to lose by being nice? Absolutely nothing. Because, like, if they're nice to you, they're still going to kill you. They're still going to slaughter you brutally and then, like, feast on your blood and whatnot. You wouldn't call Canis nice, but he's quite affable. Yeah, I mean, anyone who kills for a living is probably not going to be a nice person. But, like, you know, he's personable. He's kind of like if Agent 47 had Riz. Don't you think? He's like Agent 47, but with Riz. You know? Let me just have a quick swig of my drink a minute. Hold on. There we go. Oh, excuse me. Jamie and Valhalla, he's nice. You know what, that's true, but Valhalla's an anomaly. Thinking of which, Ara? Thinking of which, I've got my pre-order for the big Jill pop-up parade. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've got a bit hog wild with figurines recently. I had 5 figurines delivered this week. Oh. Ah! Why? 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 Ow. My head. Oh. Now I need to fart. Hold on. Okay. Doot. If you had an income, you'd have pre-ordered one as well. Yeah. Okay. Sounds like this current opponent isn't a resident here. Okay. I suppose you know the identity of the deceased, Mr. Canis. His name was Bronco Knight, was it not? Poor, unfortunate soul. You keep your ear to the ground. My ears are all I have, Mr. Edgeworth. Why am I not surprised that he's plugged into the prison's information network? But perhaps he was not so unfortunate after all. What do you mean? Mr. Knight's crime was a grave one, a crime for which he would have been made to pay dearly anyway. The attempted assassination of a president, that is no small matter. Attempted assassination? Wait, Mr. Edgeworth, did Mr. Knight... Yes, we proved that he murdered his team leader, that there was no attempt on the president's life. Could it be? Are they attempting to cover up President Wang's fake assassination scheme? Whoa, 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 whoa there, cowboy. You're saying the Bronxter didn't actually have a pop at the Prez? I was hired to defend him on the charge of attempted murder. You mean you don't know what really happened? So, what, did just blame the whole assassination thing on Mr. Knight? It would explain why the committee was so keen to get involved. Of course, they took you off the case to try and keep you away. I swapped in that Wiener kid to push through an attempted murder charge. In other words, they're trying to cover up the truth. Oh, those sons of fucks. So they really were trying to frame him. That man in the middle will be relevant later. I mean, I think, like, is he in the middle? Is he in the middle because he is the most able prosecutor? He's the most adept prosecutor. You could even say that he is the best prosecutor. I mean, we're just kind of... Let's go with that? Okay. Okay. I mean, I already know the name of some of the characters, so, like... Sebastian de Best. Yeah, I knew about Sebastian de Best. I also know that he was Sebastian de Worst. I mean, I can tell that by his fucking Harry Potter-ass looking face. Anyone who looks like a character from that shit show is, you know, just going to be toilet paper to me. Gavel's translation name is Justine Courtney. It's probably a good thing that they changed that then, because, well, the translation name feels more natural, but at the same time, probably did Kurt Cobain, you know? Ha-ha! How are these jokes working for you? According to the guards, this night, was it? They tell me he was violently insistent he had attempted no assassination. Which would have come out anyway when the case went to trial. I am no expert in legal matters, but allow me to say this one thing. I know for a certainty that he would not have been the first inmate imprisoned on false pretenses. Ugh. An uncomfortable fact, but a fact nonetheless. Yes, Helmut, yes it is, yes. The courtroom is not always the bastion of truth you believe it to be, Mr. Edgeworth. No bastion of truth, huh? I've heard something to that effect before. Yes, from a certain Interpol agent who doesn't have much faith in prosecutors. You're not twisting the truth behind those closed courtroom doors too, are you? Fueled by that kind of thinking, isn't any wonder the courts produce nothing but falsities and lies. Sorry, but the truth doesn't need the likes of you to distort it today. I was never able to fully dispel his mistrust of prosecutors. Even Helmut understands, don't you, Helmut? Yes, you do. The truth revealed in court and your deductions. It is dangerous to trust either implicitly. Oh. But I am not bitter. You are not the first to make me a subject of unfounded suspicions in recent days. In fact, I was visited by another prosecutor only yesterday. He was accompanied by a judge. They even dragged the warden along, her distaste for me lingering unspoken in the air. Not those two again. Prosecutor Winner and Judge Gavel. They went over my cell with a fine-tooth comb, but they left empty-handed. They were looking for the murder weapon, I believe, to no avail. But I mustn't take it personally. Rumor has it that they searched every cell in the prison, and still failed to find what they were looking for. I pray they weren't too disappointed. Oh, that's brilliant. I've got a theory, guys. I've got a theory. I think he's showing us the murder weapon right now. Right? And let me tell you why I think that. Let me pull up my... hold on. So look. Killed instantly by a stab wound to the throat. Right? You can't see the wound, but it looks like it's basically gone through there. Right? Now, this guy is obviously some sort of martial artist. Look at the way he's holding his fingers. I think he stabbed Bronco Knight through the fucking neck with his fucking fingers. And that's why there's no murder weapon, because the murder weapon is his hand. If I've cooked there, I'll be very impressed with myself. Okay. Oh, well, That posed more questions than an answer. What do we do now? Sword's testimony is flimsy at best. I need more proper evidence if I want to take Canis on. Okay. Well, I think that's quite enough chit-chat for one day. Helmet will show you out. Good boy, Helmet. Go on now. Okay. He's not showing us out permanently, right? Well, let's get out of here. Come on. Until next time, Mr. Canis. It does pain me that our brief time must end, just as we were becoming reacquainted. I await your return, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay. Kay's absolutely shat the bed. Now to gather the evidence, I need to bolster my case. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth! That's the best hiding spot she could find? It's alright, Kay, you can come down now. You feel like Canis respects Edgeworth because he managed to put him in jail? Yeah, I mean, it's a kind of common theme for assassin-type characters, is they respect people who can actually stand against them and come off decently well. Like, not necessarily that they always beat them, but as long as that person can actually hold their own against them in some capacity, they will earn their respect, you know? At least that's kind of my view on kind of how it goes. Whoop. There we go. Like to Killer and Rook. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Where's Fender? He ran off somewhere. I had no idea he could move that fast. Fender. So, what do we do now? You and I will continue the investigation, and I know just where to start. By solving that one particular mystery that's been dogging us this whole time. Knight's body was found in one of the prison workshops, but he was presumably being detained in one of the detention center's holding cells. So how did he wind up on the other side of those heavy security doors? Let's start by investigating the holding cells. And Mr. Knight's room, right? But, what about Mr. Fender? I'm sure he'll find us when he's ready. Sure, but he is kind of our boss, isn't he? Oh, well. Yeah, Fender's absolutely just like Jack Pants there. Okay. The victim's cell is just over there. Lead the way, Mr. Edgeworth. Right, yeah. Who's this? Yeah, he absolutely shat it, didn't he? I've just about had it. Hmm? Who's that? Oh, it's the, Warden Lagarde. She must have come from the corridor marked no entry. You're still not talking, ma'am. Even with the evidence you borrowed from the precinct. No, I've tried so many times, I've lost count. What am I supposed to do? I can't send in a blank report. I guess a killer for hire was always going to be a tough nut to crack. A killer for hire? Patricia Rowland. I don't quite get the pun there. Patricia Rowland. Maybe there is no pun. Oh! Pat Roll? Oh, okay. I understand. I couldn't help overhearing Warden Lagarde, but were you just talking about Bodhidharma Canis? My, you were listening. How very gauche of you. A girl's privacy is her armor, you know. Do you normally conduct interrogations of the man yourself? Oh, it's not just him, darling. I try to have the occasional tete-a-tete with everyone, you see. That's what it means to be a member of the family in this little home of ours. There isn't a person who hasn't made the pilgrimage to my office at least once. Your office? How sweet. He's angling for an invite. Well, I suppose it is the hottest ticket in town. It's down this corridor here, darling. But FYI, I don't just let anybody wander in willy-nilly. Let's see, that would put it right around here. It's a wonderful room if I do say so myself. All my guests rave about it. And who wouldn't want a view of my fabulous garden in the yard? Ooh la la. A yard? It's only like the rest of the place. It's probably full of adorable animals, right? Can I see? Really, Kay? Really? Go. Oh, darling, it's so sweet of you to take an interest, but I'm afraid that's just not possible. Why not? Because you're not a member of our home. If you want to see it that badly, you'll just have to get convicted for doing something unspeakable. That's a rather steep price to pay. Oh, but just listen to me chattering away like there's no tomorrow. It's time for Ali's lunchy brunch. The poor dear will be dying. Ali, the sweetest little dear in all the world. I know I shouldn't have favourites, but you know how it is. Now to the yard with me. Ciao for now, darlings. Okay. I wanted to ask her more about Canis, but she dominated that conversation from start to finish. Let's go investigate the victim's cell, shall we? I can't believe that Edgeworth just got dominated. And it wasn't even by Phoenix. Damn. I mean, can Phoenix actually, like, dominate someone? Like, I kind of don't think he can. I don't think Phoenix can dominate someone. Like, he's way too bottom-coded, you know? He's way too much of a bottom to dominate anyone. Like, he can't even top Edgeworth. Like, he tries to top Edgeworth, and then he realizes, oh, I'm a turbo bottom. Ah, no. So this is Knight's cell. When do you think he was brought in, Mr. Edgeworth? It would have to have been the evening of the 25th, just after the events of the lake. And then, at some point, he wound up in the prison proper, but how? There must be some evidence here that will point us in the right direction. Alright, let's take a look at Mr. Edgeworth. The business that's called the both bottoms problem. See, there's an easy solution to that. They kind of wrap into each other's bumholes like a yin-yang. Thinking of which, I had the most horrendous idea for a tweet earlier based on a misadventure whilst I was taking a dump. No, seriously. Have you ever had it when you're like mid-wipe and your butthole's like, I'm gonna vor the toilet paper, and it's like, no, it was very unpleasant, let me tell you that. Oh, hi, Cyber. Welcome. How are you doing? Hi. How are you? I hope you're well, friend. I would grade this prison cell probably about a 9. Yeah, probably about a 9 on the prison cell grading. Wait, hang on. I just realised something. I don't know how I didn't notice this before, but Kay's got a little, like, cuspid tooth going on there. She's got a little fang. Excellent. Reflected in the mirror is a security camera, a great thief's greatest enemy. Nothing about this place is very thief-friendly, if I'm being honest. I think that might be entirely deliberate, Kay. Guard! I'd like you to retrieve the footage from the security camera and review it as carefully as you can. If you see anything out of the ordinary, inform me immediately. Yes, sir. Okay. I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. Menu! Oh, what's the menu doing here, Mr. Edgeworth? Wish we had gummers, yeah. I would love to be gummed relentlessly. You know, just enveloped in his gummy embrace. And he's just like, I'll protect you, pal. I'll support you with all the evidence your case needs. And I'm just like, Gumshoe, I knew you had my back. You're beautiful, Gumshoe. And he's like, oh, can I have a raise? And I'm like, no, we'll take you to a salary review. Salary cutting noises. And then I wake up and I'm like, oh, what a strange dream. Yeah, maybe we should pretend I just, like, was quiet then? Maybe? It seems that those held in the detention centre are able to choose what they like to eat each day. If they could afford it, that is. Money makes the world go round, I guess. But doesn't that make life super easy for rich detainees? Well, Kay, bear in mind that the people held in these cells haven't been found guilty yet. Some of them don't deserve to be punished. Quite a few of them, in fact. So you're saying it's fine that people with money don't have as hard a time of it as everybody else? Oh my god, Kay is based! How did I wind up defending the practice of the detention system? Kay is based. Kay is based. Excellent. That's it, Kay. Let's get our salt. Let's get our pepper. We will rise up and we will devour the rich. Let's gobble them up. 200 Days to Freedom, an escape story. Life as a pet stylist. Understanding animal emotions. You'll Laugh Tomorrow, an anthology. Making Money While Serving Time. Second Chance at Life. Interviews with a Former Prisoner. Kale wound up in the barricades in Paris. Yeah. Absolutely, yes. She'll be Les Miserables. I thought that's pretty funny. Hee hee. Wow, there's a lot of books. Let's take a look. You'll Laugh Tomorrow, an anthology. Understanding Animal Emotions, Life's a Pet Stylist. Maybe there's more to be tonight than met the eye. So he can turn into an actual horse. There's more to him than meets the eye. You know what that means, don't you, Ara? You especially will know what that means. If there's more to him than meets the eye. Bronco Knight wages his battles to destroy the evil forces of Bastion Rook. Yes, I knew you'd get that one. Thank you. It's so nice when people understand my references effortlessly like that. Excellent, excellent. Yes! Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. Beautiful. I don't think these were his. They were selected for the detainees, with the hope that they would want to better themselves during their time here. A Second Chance at Life. Interviews with a Former Prisoner. These books appear to have been written by current model prisoners and former inmates. Oh, I like the look of this one. 200 Days to Freedom, an escape story. You watched a full compilation of all the openings from AC4 to 2010 the other day? Nice! That is a good way to spend a bit of time. That is, like, a good way to spend time. You know, I'm not even, like, being even mildly joking about it. It's like, no, that's just genuinely like, yeah, I could do that. I could quite happily do that. Like, sometimes I just like to go back and revisit themes from childhood shows I enjoyed, you know? But, like, the stuff that I grew up on is a bit more 80s. I mean, Transformers is extremely 80s, but when I say that, I mean, like, there's a lot more of the 80s stuff in what I grew up with. So, like, you know, Ulysses 31, Defenders of the Earth, The Adventures of T-Rex, what else? Well, Sharky and George, Tintin. Yeah, Tintin was pretty sound. There were so many cartoons like that I used to watch when I was younger. And the theme tunes just kind of stick with you. You know, they just stick with you for the rest of your days. Oh, this one too. Making Money While Serving Time. Meanwhile, I'm watching a Japanese obscene maniac obtain every single monster in Dragon Quest Monsters game. That's fucking crazy. That's fucking mad. This facility may have more deeply rooted problems than I thought. Hey, look at this weird piece of paper. There's some sort of grid on it. Let's take a closer look. Aha! Right, so Rook was playing chess against Canis. So you remember I said that I thought that Canis might be involved in one of these assassination plots? Took them 54 hours for Joker 3? That's fucking madness. That's mental. Okay. Okay. Eureka! This chess game, I've seen it before. Enough with the chess chat, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm supposed to be investigating here. Focus! I am investigating. This particular bit of chess chat could prove to be vital. Now, take a look at this. Can you tell me what it is? It's the chess set we saw in Mr. Canis' cell. But I don't really know what the rules of chess, so... The rules of the game are not important here. What is important are the positions of the pieces. Compare the ones in Mr. Canis' cells with these. Do you notice anything? Oh! Well, I don't know which piece is which or anything, but if you turn the diagram like this, there are pieces in the same squares. Indeed, there's no dog on the diagram, but that's to be expected. Apart from that, however, the positions of the pieces are identical. And what does that tell us? Oh, I have my correspondence. Oh, excuse me a minute, guys. Uh-oh. 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 That was such a powerful one. I put glasses on instead of, like, the wavy eyes. Oh, God. Okay. Ugh. Some people are bonkers, but it's enjoyable to watch at double speed. Yeah, you see people do crazy shit like that, and you just can, like, Beh. 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 Ha. Beh. As unlikely as it might seem, Mr. Canis' chess opponent was Mr. Knight. This could be just the proof we need to show that Mr. Canis had a connection to the victim. That's one hilarious facial expression. Yeah. Like, when you log into work on a Monday, when you wake up and realise it's only Wednesday, ha? Okay. Right. Let's look at the toilet! The bowl is nice and spotless, and there are no signs that the toilet paper has been used. Everything seems to be in order with this toilet here. What? You serious? Why? What's wrong? There's no door, there's not even a curtain. Whoever designed this place should have thought a little more about the people who have to live here. I think there might be a reason behind the open plan layout. There's a jacket here. Okay. So first of all, this is a bit weird, because there's like this patch where there's no dust. There's something different about this spot here. This part of the floor is weirdly clean. Did somebody wipe it down or something? Why would somebody only do the part right next to the bed, though? This must be Knight's suit jacket. So I've been doing some research of my own. Oh, and what have you discovered? I've discovered that guys who look good in suits tend to be popular with the ladies. Don't worry. Guys with frilly neck ruffles are next on my research list. Please stop. I mean, to be honest, like, suits, as much as I hate wearing suits and I avoid it religiously if I can, like, suits can look pretty good. And I mean, let me tell you, office ladies is one of my top 3, like, female aesthetics. You know, proper, you know, full-on business wear, where it's like suit jacket, shirt, long trousers, some form of high heel shoe, clipboard, glasses, frown on her face because I've not got the report to her at 4 PM, like I promised I would. She's tutting, she's like writing stuff down on the clipboard. It's time for my pay review. And I'm just like, oh, baby. just which one was it? Is it shift 2? Yeah, shift 2 for blush. Yeah. There we go. I still need to get used to all my facial expressions. There's quite a lot on this model. There's quite a lot of facial expressions, you see. Is there a shift 0? There's no shift 0. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Hey, look, this newspaper's got a chunk of it missing. You're right, a few of its pages have been roughly torn out. But why? Maybe Mr. Knight wanted to clean his cell, but didn't have a cleaning cloth. It's not a totally implausible theory, I suppose, but who would try to clean their cell? Huh? What's this? This bed doesn't look very comfortable, but that pillow cover is very clean, spotless in fact. I bet this is the kind of bed Gummy sleeps in. I can just picture it, can't you? No, I sense he's more of a mattress on the floor type. Edgeworth, give the man a fucking raise, or I will kick you in the dick. Do you understand me, Edgeworth? I was trying to get to... Do you see down there? There's something underneath the bed. Well, okay. I think we need to do some logic now. A standard barred window. No signs of it having been tampered with. And I don't think there's any chance our killer escaped through here. Aha! Let's remember to bring something to saw through iron bars with. As they say, fail to prepare, prepare to fail. Glad I got the chance to scope this place out. Okay, we're investigating a crime scene, not preparing for your eventual escape. Okay. I mean, that's pretty straightforward, right? This part of the floor has been wiped clean. Maybe he spilled some grape juice. Who knows, but we can certainly imagine what he used to do the wiping. The torn-out pages of that newspaper. Well, why wouldn't he just ask the guard for a cloth or something, though? Perhaps he didn't want anyone to see what he was wiping up. Okay. Yeah, what happened was he actually pooed everywhere, and he was very embarrassed about it. Yippee! I think we've about exhausted this cell. We've made significant progress by establishing a connection between Mr. Canis and the victim. Bad case of diarrhea. Yeah. Happens to everyone. Yeah. Like that moment where, you know, like you equip the chem cannon, and suddenly your attack becomes D6 plus 3. Torrent ignores cover at strength 5, and it's just like okay, so you roll D6 plus 9 attacks at strength 5, and you know it's automatically hitting, it's ignoring cover. Well, that's unfortunate because you know your target is now taking a whole bunch of mortal wounds, and they're never going to recover from that. Blessings of Nurgle, yippee! This is bad, sir. Is that the guard? The security camera footage, sir. I've watched it, and what is it? Can you show it to us? Yes, sir. I have a small playback monitor with me. Then what are you waiting for? Let's see it. Oh. The dog! Was that? That black thing. It's the dog, right? Until now, our assumption was that the crime had taken place inside the prison proper. But it seems that assumption may have been wrong. Knight had actually been attacked in this location. The holding cells. Because the camera points into his cell. Doesn't it?
Take that!
Right here in the detention centre. And the perpetrator was indeed Mr. Canis's dog. This is just the evidence we need. And if this is where Knight was actually murdered, then one of the pieces of evidence we found here in his cell takes on a whole new meaning. If Knight's cell was the crime scene, which piece of evidence takes on new significance? This one.
Take that!
The floor of Knight's cell was wiped clean, presumably to remove something. Could that something have been his blood? Thank you, officer. Would you mind doing me one more favour? Name it, sir. There's a detective by the name of Gumshoe somewhere in this facility. I need you to give him a message. Tell him to have this cell tested for traces of blood and to report the result to Edgeworth. You got it, sir. Edgeworth relying on Gumshoe directly. Chef kiss, 10 out of 10. Now we can really go after that Canis guy, right, Mr. Edgeworth? No, not yet. We still don't know how Knight and the dog moved between his cell and the prison proper. Right, so that's what we need to figure out next. What's the play, Coach? Where are we off to? I suspect one of the guards might know something. We should ask those posted nearby and see what they have to tell us. Okay. You know, do you want to know something? I've actually taken, like, in our... We've got a chat at work. And I'm nervously, like, watching my chats here because the two people in question actually have worked out that I'm a VTuber, so that's kind of fun. But we have, like, a group chat with a couple of us, and it's mostly for bitching it, but it's also sometimes, like, technical advice and whatnot. And one of them posted something, you know, like, trying to narrow down what I do in the evening. And I said, chat, they're getting close. Play Confrontation Presto 2009. And I haven't been able to get it out of my head since, because that track is fucking baller. Like, you know that, like, final confrontation music from Investigations 1. One of the best pieces of music ever. Yeah, they've worked that out now. AA soundtracks bonkers in general. Yeah. So many bangers. Okay, time to get out. Huh? Ooh, hello. Thanks for the tour. Later. Well, well, Mr. Prosecutor and his little friend. I didn't expect to run into you here. Must be my lucky day. This is Agent Shilong Lang of Interpol. He was in charge of a case I worked on 2 weeks back. I thought he'd gone home to Shengfar after that, but here he is. You had some business to take care of, I take it, Agent Lang. You could say that. Nothing that need concern you, though. Haha! First a black hound, now a wolf all in black. Hey, wait, why are you all alone today? That's true. He's usually accompanied by an army of police officers. I hear you were at it again a couple of days back, sticking your nose into things. A couple of days back? Ah, he means the incident with the president of Shengfar. Actually, I had thought you might be there as well, heading up the security detail. Ha! Our president doesn't have much faith in the efficacy of his own country's police force. Maybe now he'll think twice before using contractors again. Amateurs. Agent Lang doesn't have much faith in prosecutors or the courts to do their jobs right. Which is why he's so meticulous about investigating with his hand-picked cream of the crop officers. Indeed, no doubt things would have turned out differently had you and your men been in charge. My men, huh? Yeah, those guys aren't around anymore. What? They're not? It's funny, isn't it? I'm a real lone wolf now. What are you saying, Agent Lang? What on earth happened? I told you. It doesn't concern you. See you around, Mr. Prosecutor. Oh, okay. Interesting. Wow, he seemed not okay. Yes, and I would very much like to know why, but there's nothing we can do about it right now. We'll worry about Agent Lang later. We have an investigation to conduct. Alright, let's start by talking to these guards. Okay. How many guards are there? 2? 2 guards? 3 guards? 2 guards. Okay. This guard speaks only truth! This guard speaks only lies! Gumshoe is sexy! Gumshoe ain't not sexy! Wait, if he ain't not sexy, then he is and is sexy, and then... Oh, error. Error. Shinsu.exe has encountered a fatal error. Kill one guard and ask the other if he's dead. Yeah. And then cannibalize the corpses of both. Yummy. Oh man, I'm in so much trouble. What's the matter? You seem perturbed. Oh, well you see, one of my uniforms is missing. Could have sworn it was right here in my locker. Did he grow a pair of legs and run off somewhere? Where in the world did that idea spring from? Anyway, I hope you track it down soon. I'll be rooting for you. Thanks, I appreciate it. Okay. I'm beginning to see. I was wondering, have you seen an enormous black dog wandering around here recently? That thing? No way. If I had, I'd... Well, let's just say I'd be a lot more nervous about standing guard here. So, do you and this dog have some kind of history or something? Now, Kay, you should know when to let sleeping dogs lie. By the sound of it, Candace's dog hasn't been spotted on the side of those heavy security doors. Hey! Are those my faithful assistants I see before me? Hold on. Fender, and where exactly have you been? Where have I been? I've been looking for you two. Been searching high and low. Wandering lonely through the prison halls. It was terrible, I tell you. But the prison's over there on the other side of the facility, boss. So listen, I just got the lowdown on some seriously dynamite material. You want to hear it, right? Right? Seamless. I was chatting with a few of the guards and they told me something très interessant. Turns out the Bronx had himself a little incident 2 days ago. Pre-mortem, if you catch my drift. An incident? Simeon told me he came to visit his pal, right? Well, it happened right after they'd wrapped up, when Bronco was being escorted back to his cell. There was just one guard and he was handcuffed, Obbs. They made it back and the guard was taking off his cuffs when the Bronx clobbered him, knocked the poor guy out cold. Simeon's translation name is Simon Keys. Understood. Sounds like it might have been the prelude to a jailbreak. Because when the other guards showed up, they couldn't find their comrade's keys. Were there any rumblings about Knights attempting an escape? That's the bit that fries the old noggin. There were none. He just sat in his cell and turned up dead. What's more, he swore right to the end he never stole the keys. They turned his cell inside out too, but no dice. The guard who was struck, what did he have to say? Nothing. Poor guy was still out when they took him to the hospital. What is? He's still there. So there's nobody around to tell us what really happened. What the? It's you losers. That's all we need. Oh, great. Why are you still hanging around here like a bad smell? Hey there, little buddy. Listen, Mazur is working with me now as an associate. Nonsense, you're all just here to cause trouble and turn my investigation into a fart. Eustace means farce, of course. A simple slip of the tongue. Seemed like a reasonably apt choice of words to me. That's one nasally voice. Yeah, he's kind of like... He's not quite as nasal as I would have voiced Luke at me, for example, but he's like kind of a step down from that. He's like, imagine if Luke at me was a posh British twat, you know? That's kind of the voice that Eustace has got. Judge Gavelle, great to see you again. I know who you are. You are Simeon Saint's attorney. So Luke at me. Luke at me is not British. No one who is in that disaster of a case could possibly be a Brit. All right. Guilty as charged. Now we've broken the ice. How about a friendly bonk? Oh no, I'm totally cool either way. Now, did I hear you correctly that Mr. Edgeworth has joined the defense team? Yep, and me too. We're officially employees of Edgeworth & Co. But a prosecutor is a public servant. You would draw your sword on the goddess to work for personal gain. It's not a problem if I'm not getting paid, though, correct? Exactly, what he said. Miles is just a volunteer. We're all about the pro bono stuff over at Edgeworth & Co. You going to London for a few days for a sibling's birthday? I mean, I'd be pleased for you, but I hate London. I fucking hate London so much. Please understand, I'm originally from like I'm originally from a very quiet area of the UK, which is the only county in the country that has no motorways, is mostly farming based, economy. Well, I say that, it's tourism and farming are the main economies. Like tourism first, then farming. But there's also no cities. It's the only county in the country with no city. And London is way too much for me. It overstimulates me to the point my brain explodes. It's like my brain shits itself. You know, just rivers of poo come out of the wrinkles of my brain and just flood through my skull. And it's like, you now have meningitis of the brain caused by poo. And I'm like, again? Really? How wonderful. So you all work without reward. The goddess would surely approve. Her theme is threatening. Hang on. No! No, 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 no. No. No, 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 no. Look at this. Lightning bolt. Right, lightning bolt. Who turned into lightning bolts when they were pressed and on the defensive? Damon fucking Gant. That's who. Oh boy, she's the bad guy. She's the bad guy. With a Castlevania ass theme. Ah, yeah. I'm a regular philanthropist. Judge Gavelle, I was hoping to ask about the grounds for Simeon Saint's arrest. That information is on a new... Is that a challenge, I hear? No, I was just asking Judge Cavell. I'm always ready for a little verbal combat to show you what it takes to be a real winner. How is it verbal combat if you won't let me speak? Still, this could prove useful. Fine, we'll do as you suggest. Now, if you could begin by telling us why Mr. Saint was arrested? There will be no need for that. Eustace, we should... Not now, Cavell. What should wonder? Oh my god, what the fuck? Press all of his sentences? I mean, I want to press his face into the ground. Look at him! Oh my god, what a pompous wanker. As I put this pathetic prosecutor in his place, he's going to run rings around me. Yes, I am. I think you mean to say that you would be the one running rings around me. And I will, so badly that your ears will be ringing. Prepare to be humble, Edgeworth. Okay. You want to know why I arrested that man? It's simple. Simple. I found evidence. Evidence of him all over that thing. How's that for some winningly incontrovertible, conclusive proof? And who saw the truth first? Why, me, of course. Winner by name, winner by nature. His theme stays and isn't replaced by the cross-examination theme. He just seems like a fucking moron. Where do I even begin? Look at you, utterly lost for words in the face of such mastery. I'll take your silence as yet another win. Honestly. Hey there, Hex Speedruns, how you doing? You love him. I mean, I guess someone has to. Like, I guess someone has to love him. But, like, I feel as though we need to absolutely spank the granny out of him. Honestly, does he ever shut up? You said that you were the one who arrested Mr. Saint. But do you even have the authority to do so, Mr. Winner? Well, obviously it was the police who actually arrested him. But I told them to do it, so I think I can claim the credit, don't you? Of course that's what he meant. This is clearly going to take a while. A shame, really. He might enjoy it, I hope not. Given that I'm much more interested in what Judge Cavell is silently thinking over there. Okay, here we go. Fucking hell.
Hold it!
I'm just checking, but you do know who it was who you arrested, correct? Huh? Is this some kind of joke? Of course I know who I arrested. It was Simeon Saint. Good to know he remembers that much, at least.
Hold it!
Wait a minute. Look at the way that Eustace Winner is speaking. Does it remind you of anyone? I had rock solid reasons for arresting that man. We're gonna do some arrests. We're gonna make the most arrests. We're gonna make arrests great again. We're gonna do so bigly arrests. We're gonna make the arrests and make them so bigly. And then you're just like, man, I really wish that there was like a small mound of earth which was covered in sod, and then maybe this green stuff coming up from it. And you could almost like imagine just someone lying down atop it, and then things happening in Minecraft, right? Right? Anyway, rock solid, you say? I'm impressed. Hold on, I know what you're doing here. You're trying to butter me up. Well, it might work on the chumps you meet in court, but it won't work on me. The evidence we found is certainly rather damning for Mr. Saint. Perhaps you should tell Mr. Edgeworth about it, Eustace. Damning is right, and it was on the strength of that evidence that I decided to arrest him. Okay.
Hold it!
Hold it! Evidence of him was all over that thing. Could you be a little more specific, Mr. Wenner? Evidence all over that thing. And that's to you for better. Hee. Do I really have to spell it out for you, Edgeworth? I hoped even you could put two and two together. Stop messing around. The onus is on you to provide a comprehensible testimony. Come now, Eustace. I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth and his friends would be very interested to learn how you cracked the case. They certainly look keen to hear about it. Fine, if you insist. I'll fill the gaps. Brace yourselves, because this is going to blow your tiny little minds. I bet you didn't even know, but the victim had, wait for it, a chess set with him. And that chess set was covered in the fingerprints of a certain Mr. Simeon Saint. Praise be to the Goddess of Justice for the insight she offers. And congratulations once again, Eustace. You know what? Do you know what happens to Judge Gavelle when she dies? Right? She vanishes in this puff of blinding light, right? And then the next thing you know, there's this golden fucking robot which is there. And in Judge Gavelle's voice, it says, I have returned. Because she's a fucking zealot! She's a fucking zealot! Therefore, when she dies, she comes back as a dragoon. It is known. She will cost you quite a lot of minerals and supply, but, like, you know, she has... Well, no, actually, no, she has terrible pathfinding. Her pathfinding is just the worst. Like, she can't pathfind for toffee. But, I mean, you know, give her singularity charge. She's got pretty decent range, I guess. You would not object to Eustace amending his testimony, I trust, Mr. Edgeworth. A random drunkard goes, Gavelle, no, when Edgeworth uses spawn broodling on her. It's not just... It's the best way to deal with Phoenix, though, to be fair, isn't it? Like, the fact that I know exactly the strategy that you're referring to, because it's exactly how I deal with that situation every time as well. No, by all means, please do. Mr. Saint's fingerprints were right there, all over the victim's chess set.
Hold it!
But you weren't the one who actually found his prints, were you? Of course not. I'm a prosecutor. I leave the dirty work to forensics. The fingerprints are certainly a problem, but then that chess set was... I should take another look at the evidence. Okay, we need to press every single thing. Okay. The only incontrovertible fact here is that you don't know how to give a proper testimony. What are you talking about? It's not my fault if you can't keep up. Perhaps I could be so bold as to offer some additional details. The only fingerprints found at the scene belong to the guards, the prisoners, the victim, and Mr. Saint. I think you'll agree that Mr. Saints were the only prints that had no business being there. Yes, exactly. Now do you get it, Edgeworth? I do, but I'm not so sure about you. Okay. We're pressing every single testimony. Every single part of this. If there were other prints at the crime scene, shouldn't those people be suspects too? Other people? I don't think so. And why not? Had Mr. Saint's prints not been found on the chess set, those others would indeed have been suspects. Yet somehow his prints were there, despite the fact they had no business being there. Exactly, which means Mr. Saint was... He is neither a prisoner nor a guard, therefore he should not have been able to enter the prison. Finding his prints in a place he shouldn't have access to is grounds enough for an arrest, no? Yeah, what she said. Not bad, Gavelle. You are too kind. For crimes against humanity, I'm sentenced to only off-brand waifus and husbandos. You know what? You know what? I could deal with that. Like, off-brand husbandos. Like, when we say an off-brand husbando, like, what's the metric here? What's the metric for an off-brand husbando? Are we talking someone who's just, like, rough around the edges? You know, someone who's a bit of a dickhead? You know, someone who's a bit of a punk? Is that the sort of guy that we're leaning towards, Dodso? Because, like, honestly, Gadgiel is my favourite fairy tale character, so that wouldn't be so bad for me. And then in terms of wives, well, I mean, it's like, you know, as long as her ass be looking good in jeans, I don't really mind. I'm an easy man to please. Copycat and bootleg off-brand waifus? Wait, oh, I see. Okay, so AliExpress waifus. I understand. I understand. Ones where they come and it's like, that's not what I ordered. That's not what I ordered. No, 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 no.
Hold it!
You saw it first, and I suppose you can prove that. Gundams instead of Transformers. I made the connection the moment I saw the crime scene. It was a lightning fast deductive leap. What more evidence do you need? Well, you haven't given me any evidence at all so far, so... You still don't get it, do you? Well, don't worry, we can't all be born winners. I'm not sure I even want to get whatever it is he's talking about. Okay. I figured it out in a flash. A matter of light years. The winner wins again. Get Marge Simpson level of bootleg? Oh my god. That's... I mean, that's kind of terrifying. Like, when we're talking Marge Simpson, like, we're not talking classic Marge. We're talking Marge when her voice just went to shit and, like, you can tell that she can't really do it anymore. You know, instead of being kind of up like this, she kind of like this. And it's just like, no. Just, you know, enough's enough. You've done your duty. Rest now, Marge. Rest. And then, you know, Ned Flanders walks up to her and he's holding a rolled up t-shirt from one of those t-shirt cans at a baseball game. And he just stabs Marge in the chest with it and he's like, "Hush, Marge Iddly Diddly. It's time to sleep, Eterniddly Diddly." And he just gently lays her down and Homer's just looking on in horror, like, "Flanders, you just murdered my wife." And Flanders just turns around and looks to him with just like blood coating half of his face. He's like, "Flandiddly Diddly, I'm Shelly de Kildy." Orders Vin Diesel gets Bill from King of the Hill. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh dear. Unexpected King of the Hill. I mean, it's never unwelcome. King of the Hill is never unwelcome. Right, let's press him. Wait, no, we've pressed him, haven't we? We've got the achievement, so... Okay. So we need to have a look at some testimony. I think it's leading us towards the chess set, wasn't it? We haven't actually saved. Yeah, I'm not too bad. How are you doing? Things are going alright for me. I got a raise at work a couple of days ago, which was kind of nice. I found out about prize figurines, so I bought 5 fucking anime figurines this week alone. I've got a couple more I want to buy later. And because I got that raise, there's a couple of games on my wish list that have just gone onto sale. So I've got Monster Hunter Wilds to come out at the end of February. But then there's a dinosaur horror game called Unknown Tapes that I want to get. And then there's a Chiller's Art game called The Radio Station. You have a game I might want to look at first. What's it called? I'm all ears. It's exactly my type. Go on. I'm listening. I'm listening. Anno Mutationum. I think I've heard of it. Is that a side-scrolling action type game? I recognise the name. Hold on. Hang on. Give me a minute. Yeah, it is. I knew I recognised it. Oh. Maybe. I'll have a look into that. Because there is a Steam sale going on at the minute. Super sexy cyborg anime waifu 2.5D cyberpunk like anime Deus Ex. I'll have a look at that. I was aware of it. Like I'd seen clips and whatnot of it. So, let me just grab my notepad really quickly. I've got a notepad that I jot stuff down onto. There we go. Okay. Right, nice. Okay. Whee! So I was going to check my evidence, wasn't I? Excuse me. A folding chessboard with the pieces stored inside it belonged tonight was brought to his request by Saint. She even dresses as a hot office lady in a Chinese dress maid. See, you had me at hot office lady. Like, there are 3 aesthetics, which for me are like the god aesthetic for anime waifus, right? Number one, casual with jeans. Any form of top, and then jeans. You know, the shoes can be whatever. You know, I don't really care too much there, but as long as the jeans are there, that's like the core thing. That's like my absolute peak is anime girls in jeans, right? Just beneath that is office ladies, and I prefer business trousers to pencil skirts, but like pencil skirts are fine as well. I don't object to them. Yeah, it's just the trousers is a stronger aesthetic for me. And then third is workout gear, primarily yoga pants with some sort of sports bra. Absolutely phenomenal aesthetic. Again, you know, the shoes or whatever, I don't really care there. As long as we've got the yoga pants and the bra combo, you know, it's whatever. Everything else is a bonus. So, yeah, you've learned some things about old Shinsu today, huh? You've learned some things about old Shinsu today. Things that probably we maybe didn't want to learn, but we've learned them anyway. So his I think we play this. Oh, hold on.
Objection!
Poor winner. So the fingerprints on the chest set of the ace up your sleeve. The what up my what? Oh, yes, the chest set up the ace's sleeve. That's right, Edgeworth, I've got a winning hand as usual. Only your winning hand is a busted flush. For you see, it was Simeon Saint who brought that chest set to the victim in the first place. You figured I'd like it, yeah. Therefore, it's only natural that his fingerprints are all over it. That took a while to sink in. In conclusion, those fingerprints aren't proof of anything, and Mr. Saint's arrest was premature. Premature? The incident took place here within the walls of this facility. And being neither a guard nor a prisoner, it makes very little sense to suspect Mr. Saint. Oh! Ah, now what? I think you might be the premature one here, Edgeworth. You've been born too early. You dropped out of the womb at only 2 weeks old. And now, you are a fetus, and I will delete us. And to think you were the one accusing me of being hasty. Did he only just work out what that word means? Sure, I identified Mr. Saint as a suspect faster than pretty much anybody else. And I won the race when it came to picking out the crucial evidence too. I'm quick on the draw, you see. But hasty? Not at all. You're right that Mr. Saint isn't a guard or a prisoner here, but he was... Oh. Eustace. Judge Gavelle. But out, Gavelle. I have him here, right where I want him. Forgive me, Eustace, but if I may... While the particulars of the suspect are indeed fascinating, don't we have something a little more impressive to share with the prosecutor? Something more impressive? Ah, yes. My 3-inch penis. It's much bigger than those 2-inch penises they told me about at school, don't you know, Edgeworth? It's a whole 3 inches long and half a centimetre wide. Really? If you wouldn't mind, Mr. Edgeworth, Eustace made an ingenious deduction concerning the murder weapon. Perhaps you would like to hear it. Yes, of course. That's well remembered, Gavelle. Ah! Listen to this, Edgeworth, and prepare to be amazed.
Objection!
Will this ingenious deduction explain why Mr. Saint was arrested? Let's just say you won't be disappointed. Judge Gavelle deliberately diverted the conversation away from my line of questioning. What exactly is she up to? Okay. Ah! Okay, now we're getting serious. Fact number 1, the murder weapon was some sort of metal blade. Fact number 2, potentially deadly blades are strictly controlled within the prison walls, as we both know. From these 2 facts, I concluded that the weapon in question must have come from outside. It must have been hidden inside the chest set, that's what I think anyway. We don't have anything about it, but... the chisels, really. And since the only prints we found on the chest had belonged to the victim and the suspect, I'd say it's blindingly obvious who brought the weapon in and used it, wouldn't you? If nothing else, his testimony this time is a little more comprehensive than the last. Another winning deduction brought to you by one winner, Eustace, prosecutor extraordinaire. More like one winner, useless prosecutor extraordinaire, if you ask me. But how can anyone even hide a weapon inside that chess set? Good question. Why don't you take a look for yourselves? Inside the chessboard, I suppose there's only one way to find out. There's nothing in here but chess pieces. Oh, that laugh is really something. He seems pretty convinced the weapon was hidden in here somewhere, and I'd better take a closer look. One of the pieces. We've gone through this dialogue before, so we're skipping through it. Oh, this bit here. Ah, what? The stiff lining at the top opens like a flap door. Well, there's plenty of room in there. Indeed, more than enough to hide something like a small knife. Ingenious, no? The killer snuck in the weapon by... Ha. Huh? What do you mean, huh? Let me finish, will you? I fear you've not been listening, Mr. Winner. Or perhaps you've simply forgotten. The detention center is outfitted with a security gate. Huh? I mean, yeah, and, the security gate also acts as a metal detector, Eustace. We must pass through another one on the way into the prison itself, remember? Yes, that's right, of course I remember. He definitely didn't. It would have been impossible to smuggle a metal blade through such a gate and into the facility, which would seem to blow a rather large hole in your reasoning, Mr. Wayne. Oh. That gate is only used to scan people. Any items they bring into the facility are only subjected to a cursory check. Are you telling me that the chess set wasn't put through the metal detector? It should have been. Alas, it seems the guards have grown a little lax in that regard of late. Okay. Interesting. Very good. Thank you, Gavel. I'm wondering if it's going to be something like in Existenz, a very sort of like weird cult movie from the late 90s, early 2000s. And they had a bone gun, and it was a gun made out of bones. And it was designed to get through metal detectors, and it fired human teeth as bullets. It was fucking stupid, but so, like, ridiculous, and it became brilliant in a way. It was my pleasure. Now, Mr. Edgeworth, if you would be so kind as to begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination? It's like she's holding a trial. That reminds you of the fish gun. Is it a gun that shoots fish? Like, it literally just launches a barracuda at the target, and it's just like... Just like that. Let's see how well this ingenious deduction of Mr. Winners holds up, shall we? He made a gun out of fish and fish bones? Damn. Do you know what the fish gun does to its victims? It gills them. I thought that was pretty good.
Hold it!
A metal blade, you say? And do you have any evidence? Do you have any evidence to support this? Huh? You mean you didn't even look at the victim's injuries? Why am I not surprised, you third-rate? It's sensible due to the plot, because there's a link that the world isn't as it seems. Ah, okay. The fatal blow was a stab wound to the neck. And it was delivered by a knife-like blade. That much is absolutely beyond doubt. It appears that they're not yet aware of a certain other piece of information. Lost for words, are we? Then I'll just keep going. My brilliant deductions don't end there, you know. This kid is insufferable. Can we kill him? I think we should kill him with hammers. I think we should kill Eustace Winner with hammers.
Hold it!
The fact that such objects are strictly controlled doesn't mean they're actually forbidden. Well, no. I mean, some of the prisoners use scissors to cut the animal's hair, and that avenue of inquiry was conscientiously pursued, as you no doubt recall, Eustace. Yes, only one bladed object had been signed out by a single prisoner at the time of the incident. Go mudda 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 on the kid. Yes. We're just gonna like... And then, you know... And then, you know, like... JoJo's is fucking stupid, but I love it. The item was tested for traces of blood, but none were found. I suppose he's referring to the scissors Mr. Sword was using. So there's no way the blade in question came from inside the prison.
Hold it!
Okay. Outside? What does that mean exactly? Haha, the opposite of inside, you numbskull. Was that an attempted clarification or a put-down? Because it clearly accomplished neither. What Eustace means to say is that it must have been brought in from outside the prison by Mr. Saint. Existence was the movie you were talking about? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's the gun, the bone gun was how I saw it. I'm pretty sure it fired human bone, like human teeth as bullets. Yeah, Existence. Yeah. I mean, it's a neat film. It's kind of stupid. It's kind of dumb, but it's kind of good as well. Like, you look back and it's like, actually, it's not so bad. It sounds like a horror movie. Not exactly. It was kind of like, it was something to do with virtual reality or, you know, full dive VR, as was the style at the time. Surreal, yeah, that's a good way to describe it. Honestly, Edgeworth, if you haven't figured that out by now, then you're an even bigger loser than I thought. The feeling is mutual, believe me. Mr. Saint clearly brought the murder weapon into the prison. The question is, how? It is bomb.
Hold it!
But no murder weapon was found at the crime scene, and there's nothing inside the chessboard either. I'm curious, Mr. Winner, do you also have thoughts about where this weapon might be? Well, the perpetrator must have hidden it somewhere in the prison. Is there a problem with his claim? They hid it somewhere inside the prison. That seems unlikely. In fact, I can prove that's not the case. Okay. What evidence suggests the murder weapon isn't hiding somewhere inside the prison? Oh, this. His own search! Are we really presenting him his own search as evidence against his testimony?
Take that!
I'm starting to worry about your memory, Mr. Winner. Didn't you and the good judge search the prison with Warden Lagarde? And didn't you fail to find a likely murder weapon? Well, yes, but I guess we just missed it, that's all. Wow, way to undermine yourself. You're saying your search wasn't entirely thorough. You, the so-called winning rookie. Stop making fun of me. Oh! Eustace. Notice how she engages her mummy voice and he's instantly stiff. His search history, he's cooked. Look, she goes mummy mode, and he's just like instantly straight bolt upright. He's just like, yes, mummy, I will do what you wish of me, mother. Calm yourself. Breathe deeply. Do not allow your opponent to get under your skin. You're right. I'm a winner. Why should I let the third-rate loser like Edgeworthless here get under my skin? Edgeworthless. Oh my god. I'll thank you to leave my name out of this. Well, I'm Kay Faraday, and I'm A-OK. Not you two, please. Look, it's simple. Since my first-rate investigation didn't turn up any weapon, it means there wasn't one to find, which leaves only one possibility. The murderer took the weapon with him when he left the prison. That's why we couldn't find it when we looked, obviously.
Objection!
Puns, yeah. But what you're proposing is impossible. And this proves why the culprit couldn't possibly have taken the weapon out of the prison with them. Is it the metal detector? Deployed at the entrance to both the detention center and the prison proper. I think it is, but like... It feels like the most obvious answers are the ones that we beat Eustace with.
Take that!
More memory trouble, Mr. Winner. Now you're forgetting things you yourself said. Are you making fun of me again? Oh, so you remember what I said. But perhaps you might have been better served remembering this. What's that? Wait, does he seriously not remember? It would certainly seem that way. There is a security gate at each of the entrances to the detention center and the prison proper. Coming from the prison, anyone leaving the facility would have had to pass through both of them. 2 gates, both fitted with metal detectors. Oh, wait, now I remember. Looks like he got his memory back. So as you can see, there is no way anyone could have taken the weapon out through both gates. And therefore, there is no way the murder weapon could have left the building. In which case, Mr. Edgeworth, perhaps you would care to tell us where you think the murder weapon might be. It is still here on the premises. That's the only plausible conclusion to be drawn. But we searched the prison from top to bottom and couldn't find anything. Because you were never going to find anything to begin with. Not when you were labouring under the misconception that it's a blade you were looking for. Yeah, we know the truth about what happened to Mr. Knight. We've seen it with our own eyes. That is quite a claim. I assume you have the evidence to support it. What is the weapon that was used to commit the crime? Doge. See, I still don't think it was actually the dog. Take a look at this, Judge Gavell, and the weapon used in this case will become clear. Take a look at this and it becomes clear. It's the security footage.
Take that!
This is footage taken from a security camera trained on Knight's holding cell. Now watch it for yourselves and see. What? But how? This footage captures the moment the victim was attacked by a black dog. More than sufficient proof of how he really died, wouldn't you say? Yes, it's certainly significant. So now that we know his Knight was in fact killed in his cell by a vicious dog, a dog that moved the victim's body to the prison workshop post-mortem. We know this thanks to an eyewitness who saw the dog in the workshop when the body was discovered. Of course, I think we can all agree there is no way the dog could have planned such a crime itself. Indeed, I fear it may be his handiwork after all.
Overruled.
Oh. That's quite enough of that, Mr. Edgeworth. Judge Gavell, you are correct that this footage is an important piece of evidence, but it also raises an important new question. A question that I suspect you have also been asking yourself. She's right. There is one major problem with my version of the events. The black dog, the one that belongs to one of the inmates. How did it move between the holding cells and the prison proper at will? It would have had to go through the office. Oh. How do we answer that one, Mr. Edgeworth? The truth is, I don't know yet. Of course not. Can it, Wonderboy? You didn't even notice there was a problem.
Overruled.
Until the defence provides an adequate explanation, the court cannot accept your line of logic. That is all. This court is adjourned. But wait, there's still so much more to explore.
Overruled.
Court is no longer in session, Mr. Edgeworth. If you would be so kind as to leave the courtroom. Court was never in session in the first place. Once again, this court is...
Objection!
We may not have all the answers yet, but you haven't explained anything either regarding Mr. Saint. What do you mean? Just as we don't yet know how the dog made it into one of the detention centre's holding cells, you can't know how Mr. Saint could have made it inside the detention centre, let alone the prison either. He would have been allowed as far as the visitors' room to see his friend, but no further. So it's hard for me to conceive how he could have committed a crime in a place he had no access to. Judge Gavell, I believe it's your turn to provide some proof. Proof that Simeon Saint was able to enter the prison.
Overruled.
Oh. Haha. You wish for the court to provide you with proof? Highly irregular, but very well. What? They actually have something?
Now seems like as good a time as any. And I suppose you have been kind enough to share your own theories on the case.
What's she building up to here?
Mr. Edgeworth, I suspect you don't know what Mr. Saint does for a living, so allow me to fill you in. He is a circus performer.
A what? Oh no. Oh no. Simeon Saint is working for Mo. Mo is the mastermind behind this murder. I thought Mo was a G, but it turns out he's just like, he's a murderer. Imagine a murder case where the accused isn't guilty, but we all discover the entire jury were all the perpetrators of a crime. Damn. That would be kind of fucked up. That would be kind of cool, though, conceptually. I wonder if they might do something like that for AA7.
Yes, perhaps you've heard of the very big...
No! Mo! Mo! Mo, why? Oh, don't be silly, darling. Of course I was. Yesterday was a very important day, after all. Important in what way, exactly? A big meeting of some kind? A meeting? Oh, heavens no, I couldn't think of anything worse. No, yesterday the circus came to visit.
You see it now, I assume. As I am sure you are aware, a show was held yesterday for the prisoners' entertainment. A show featuring animals and performers, performed by members of the Very Big Circus.
Excellent! Right, okay, let's stick our head into a lion's mouth and then get salty about the fact that we've been bitten in the head by a lion, and then concoct an excellent murder plan and make the best case in its respective game, which pisses a lot of people off, but I'm going to fucking stand by that statement. You understand me? I will stand by that statement. You can't budge me on it. No, 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 no.
So, does that mean Mr. Saint... Yes, Mr. Saint was allowed inside the prison as part of that show. A fact that has been confirmed beyond reasonable doubt.
It would make for an interesting case for it to be discovered last minute. Another act being extremely chaotic and tense. Everyone struggles to see how deep the crime is and how far. This is starting to sound like the plot of Prison Break. Like, oh no, my brother's been falsely accused of murder. Now I've got to get loads of tattoos and go to prison to save him. Oh shit, there's the Illuminati and government stuff now. Also, the governor's daughter is kinda hot, so I'm gonna bang her. That's Prison Break. Oh! She held on to that fact until the last possible moment. She let me run with my own theory, and only afterwards did she use it to reveal the truth. Wait. But out, Gavel, I have him right where I want him.
Forgive me, Eustace, but if I may... While the particulars of the suspect are indeed fascinating, don't we have something a little more impressive to share with the prosecutor?
That must be why she steered him onto a different topic back then, too. I got you good, didn't I, you third-rate prosecutor? This has nothing to do with you.
Gentlemen, this court is well and truly adjourned. If I may offer a word of advice, Mr. Edgeworth. Your conduct as a prosecutor is already in question. You would do well to remember that you were removed from this case for that precise reason.
What are you trying to say?
That the committee reserves the right to confiscate your badge at any time. Should you wish to retain it, you would do well to avoid crossing paths with us again.
Is that a threat?
The goddess of justice is compassionate, Mr. Edgeworth, but she is not endlessly forgiving. Oh, and one last thing. You are no defense attorney. Abandon this foolish pretense.
Thank you for your concern. But I do not abandon anything. What I start, I finish.
Well, do try to remember that the two jobs are not one and the same, and that a defense attorney is expected to develop something of a bond with their clients. Next time, finding out your client's real occupation might be a good place to start.
Ooh!
Now, I really must be going. May the goddess of justice watch over you all.
I wonder if there's any banging hentai of Judge Gavel. Do you think there might be? Hold on. Give me a second. We need to verify something real quick. Yeah, that would be... Yeah, okay. I wonder if there's any banging hentai of Judge Gavel anywhere. Ara, can you confirm for me, please? Can you confirm that for me, yay or nay? Like, I'm sure there probably would be somewhere. Is there any... Right, I'll type it into the chat, alright? I'll type it in the chat, okay? There you go.
So Simeon lied to us. Not just you two. Guy took me for a ride too. What's his deal? Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're not having second thoughts about all this, are you, mousy boy? Sure, Judge Gavel's a tough cookie, but that don't mean you can just give up the ghost. The defense never rests, as a wise man once said, and that goes for associates too.
Don't worry, Fender. I've no intention of resting. Nevertheless, our assumption that Mr. Sane couldn't have entered the prison has been proven false. Which means we'll need to restart our investigation from square one, I'm afraid. Well, damn. You thought I was saying banging head metal? No, banging hentai. Hentai. It's called hentai. And it's art. Is there art of her doing devil horns while headbanging at a metal concert? I mean, that would be pretty sick as well, you know. That would be like, yeah! Yeah, we's ahead of banging. And then, like, you bust out the sicky death growl. It's like, oh! Okay. Yummy. You withheld information from me. Why?
Oh, I didn't withhold anything. Or at least I didn't mean to.
Hey, Zach, not bad. How about you? Hope things are all going good for you. Yeah, we're on Ace Attorney again tonight. Yippee.
Okay, so you are a member of the Very Big Circus, right? No, I mean yes, but no. I'm not really a member. I'm still new.
That's irrelevant. You're still a member.
Oh!
He died.
Let's try this again. Why didn't you tell us? Because it would have looked so suspicious. Me being a performer in the circus show. And me being friends with Bronco. I thought that if anyone found out, nobody would believe I was innocent. Not even you, Kay.
I thought I'd made it clear that I believed in you.
But when you stare at me like that, I get so terrified. You're a real smooth operator, aren't you, Miles? Any other client scaring tips you want to share?
You're really not helping, Fender. And at this rate, it sounds like we really will need to question him about everything all over again.
So what do you do at the circus, Simeon?
Oh no.
I'm an animal tamer, kind of. I'm still learning the ropes. That's so cool. Do you get to train lions and tigers and bears and stuff? Lions, tigers, bears. Oh my, no.
I'm very cross right now, chat. This motherfucker right here. Oh, I'm so cross right now.
I work with this little guy.
Looks pretty tame already to me.
So you're not exactly a tamer, more like one of those old-timey organ grinders.
Ah!
Not now, money. I'm trying to... Oh, you little scamp.
The fuck? Something tells me it's the organ grinder who's being monkeyed around. When we spoke to you before, you said you worked at a company.
I was telling the truth. The circus really is a company. We all have titles and everything. The ringmaster's the CEO, and I guess you'd call me a gopher. I even have a line manager. She's head of the animal taming department. It's part of the showbiz division. She's such an inspiration. There isn't a creature in the world she couldn't convince to do her bidding. Nope, wrong one. There we go. Huh, even Mars here? I'd like to see someone whip him into shape. I am not some kind of creature fender. So this line manager, was she working with you on the show? Yes, it was just us two. It wasn't all that big of a job compared to what we normally do. She's usually the one performing on stage. I just do all the monkey work. But I did have a bit part this time. So only 2 members of the circus are relevant to this case. Okay. You hope the nonce won't be there? You and me both. You and me both. Hang on a minute. I know how we deal with him. Give me a second. Hold on. I know. Here it is. I got it. Right. Okay. We're ready, chat. We're ready to deal with the nonce. Okay. This is how you deal with him, alright? Nonce is UK slang for a paedophile, Dodso. It's what UK people call kiddie fiddlers. Yeah. So this is how you deal with a nonce, right? Firstly, you do this, right? Then you do this. Do you see where this is going? And finally, you go like this. You call those people chomos in the US. Right. Now over here if someone calls you a nonce, it is a mortal insult. Like, people will punch you in the face over being called that. And, you know, they will get very, very aggressive about the insult being bandied your way. So, like, you don't call someone a nonce unless you are 110% they are actually a nonce, because otherwise you will get your teeth punched out. You know, it's a very quick way to make British people very, very, very angry. What does blood mean? It's kind of like bro. It's roadman slang for bro. You know, like a roadman might say to his mate, you know, what's popping blood? And it just means, like, how you doing, mate? Yeah, justifiably so. Yeah. Tales of the Blood, Episode 4, Food Feed Fury. No, my desk is a bit of a mess, but I don't really think I can show you my Blode plushie. I have a plushie of the Blode. Like, I actually have a plushie of the Blode. No, Episode 4 is Food Feed Fury. Episode 3 is Marmot Mayhem. Good memory, though. You gotta go, though. Yeah, no worries, Hades. You take care, and hopefully I will see you next time. We're playing the new Chillers Art game, Cursed Digicam, tomorrow, and then on Sunday we're yapping about the seasonal anime that's coming out at the minute. So hopefully I'll see you there for one of those, but, you know, if not, enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good one over the weekend. And, yeah, may you absolutely crush your enemies in every fashion. Yippee! Alright, talk me through your movements here at the facility. Sure, I came to see Bronco around noon 2 days ago. And that was when you brought him to the chess set? Yes, and that same evening I started working on setting up the stage in the yard. It was so hard, I had to haul everything in by myself over multiple trips. They let us use one of the rooms in the prison for storage. Workshop A, I think. Workshop A, where Knight's body was found. You mean your boss didn't help you? Oh no, I could never ask her to schlep all that stuff around. Like I said, the monkey's work is my job. Once it was all set up, we did a run-through and it must have been midnight by the time I left. The next morning I was back and ready for the show, which started at 8 AM. Then we performed till 10. So Mr. Saint was the only one of the pair to have entered the room where the body was found. And Knight's body was found immediately after the show had ended. Okay. Do you have any idea why you were arrested? And why so quickly? I've never seen a guy get booked so fast. Surely even Little Winter wouldn't just pull somebody on a hunch. Never underestimate the power of an underdeveloped intellect.
Yeah.
I think I might know why. When I was moving all the stuff, I went to go see how he was doing. Bronco, I mean. You went to the holding cells on your own. Tell me you had permission. No, it wasn't a formal visit or anything, so I just sort of snuck over and hoped no one stopped me. You've just seen him earlier, that same day. Why take the risk? I've known him since we were kids, when both of us were all alone. He doesn't have any family, you see, just like me. I knew he'd be feeling lonely, that he'd want somebody to talk to, so I had to go see him. You don't have any family? For a while I had my dad, but he passed away when I was a little kid.
Oops. That was my Nerf gun falling over. I was wondering what the fuck was going on. So now my Nerf gun fell down. That scared the shit out of me. Losing one's father as a child, I know that pain all too well.
He's just like you and me, Mr. Edgeworth.
There was nobody else nearby when you went to see him?
No, the other holding cells were empty and I didn't see any guards. Ha! Well, somebody must have seen you or you wouldn't be in there. Oh, no. No, I messed up so bad, didn't I?
So the assumption is that something happened while the two were alone together.
At least, I imagine
that would be Winner and Judge Gavel's thinking. They let you have Nerf in the UK? Yeah. You can just go to a toy shop and buy Nerf guns. I bought a... it's not automatic, but it is battery powered. So basically, you have to do the equivalent of... It's not slam fire. Like, it's an auto-cocking Nerf gun. So you spin the motor up, and then you just, like... It's as quick as you can depress the trigger that it'll fire, but it's a 16-round capacity in the mag. It looks like a P90, but it's then got, like, an SA-80 style magazine in bullpup config. Pretty nice. And the best bit is, it just looks very cool. My wife looked at it, and she's like... You're this old and you're buying Nerf guns. And I was like, yeah. And she just blinks, and then she looks at my cabinet full of anime figurines. She was like, you know what, that checks out. And she said nothing more on the subject. In any case, I think we'll need to speak to your boss next. Uh-oh.
last I heard, she's supposed to be around today too, somewhere in the yard. Tell her I'm sorry, won't you? I'm so sorry. I can't believe I let this happen. Sure thing, Simeon. We're here for you. If there's anything else we can do, just say the word. But I mean, that is, there's nothing I can do for you in return. You don't have to worry about that. We're friends. Sniff, sniff. We know what it's like to be in your shoes. We're all part of the same club, after all. Right, Mr. Edgeworth?
That's on her for marrying me. It should be expected. Listen. I just have that much riz. You know, my riz is unfathomable. Excuse me. Oh, dear. Thank you for sharing such personal details with us. By the sound of it, you had little reason to kill Knight. If anything, you're the one most affected by his passing. And what's more, I simply don't believe a person as gentle as you is capable of murder. Rest assured, we believe you, and we will get you out of here.
Well, what do we have here? A gosh darn defensive tiny, that's what. Bravo, big guy. I can't believe I'm saying it, but you even reminded me of your old man for a moment there.
I did?
From the Book of Gregory, an attorney is a friend to the friendless. Simeon Mibuckle, this can't suffer any hardship for your friendship. Things are going to be simply amazing.
Shiply amazing. I didn't realise Talk Like a Pirate Day had come early this year, Fender. I do be missing Talk Like a Pirate Day. It'd be a fun day.
But that's just the thing. You never know when a pirate will strike next. Anyway, kid, you want some candy? No, thanks. I don't like sweet stuff. Oh, bummer. I wouldn't mind a nice ship myself. A great thief's galleon for the Dread Pirate K. Yahar, me hearties! We'll sail the seven seas together and claim the greatest treasure of all, the truth.
She's going to claim the One Piece. The One Piece is real. The One Piece are real. The One Piss is real. Do dudes ever really grow up with a sense of adventure and wonder what we really need? You know what? That is why I cling vehemently to things I enjoy. You know, I'm in my now my late 30s, right? I'm a cartoon on YouTube. I play games regularly. I watch anime in my spare time frequently. I collect figurines. You know, I collect books, comics. You know, not comics so much, I mean like manga. Well, manga, not actual like Western comics. You know, if you give up your sense of wonder, you become grey. And I know far too many people who are just completely grey and colourless. And they have no song anymore. There's no melody in their life. And it's like, if I gave up those things that give me joy, there wouldn't be any purpose to life anymore, you know? There would just be no purpose. You know, you may as well just, like, cling to what you enjoy. And if people think that's weird, well, they can go fuck themselves. You know? Do what you like. As long as what you like doesn't hurt other people, who cares? You know, as long as you enjoy yourself and it brings no detriment to others, then that's fine. No beef. No beef whatsoever. Except for in my stir fry, I do quite like beef there. Shiver me timbers, you two will be the death of me. Come on, let's set sail for the prison yard, but no sea shanties on the way, please. Okay. Look, the shutter's open. Okay. That's the way out to the yard, I believe. Let's go take a look. Come on, what are you waiting for? Oh. Someone's excited. Okay. I'm very scared right now, chat. So, this is the famous yard. The circus performance was taking place here just before the body was discovered. Check it out! It's like the backdrop to some epic festival. Most of the prisoners were assembled here when the body was discovered. Which means that anyone who saw the show has an alibi. Okay. Alright, time to take a look around. Ah! Okay! Stop hitting me! Help! Mr. Edgeworth! Donk! 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 Cease and desist, you beast! Ah! Somebody! Help! 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 Stay, Azir. Stay. Who's that? Oh, shit. It is her. Oh, you found a new friend to play with. Good for you, girl. Play with? Your elephant nearly ate me. Oh, wait. She'd never do a thing like that. Azir doesn't even bite. It's not very often. So she does have a taste for human flesh. How'd you like meeting a real live elephant up close? Aren't you glad you did? Yeah, glad I didn't die. But you did have fun, right? Right? Oh, there, sweetie, don't cry. She had a wonderful time, didn't you, Kay? Don't mislead the poor girl, Fender. She did? Oh, I'm so happy! Here, let me make it up to you. How about a hug? Ah! Hey, keep your trunk to yourself! Oh, another new friend. Isn't this just the best day ever? I am Associate Defense Attorney Miles Edgeworth. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I haven't even introduced myself. I'm Regina. It's so nice to meet you. I'm Kay, Great Thief Extraordinaire, Mr. Associate Defense Attorney's Great Associate. This self-introduction brought to you by the word convoluted. And your elephant's newest friend is Mr. Fender, the defense attorney. Oh, she's not just any elephant. That's Azir, the Asian elephant. Azir stopped the second you told her to. You really have a way with animals, Regina. Hee hee. Well, I wouldn't much of an animal tamer if I didn't. What? So you're Simeon's boss? That's right. Regina Berry, head of the animal taming department, showbiz division, Berry Big Circus. She seems a bit more with it this time, at least. It's so lovely to meet all of you. The pleasure's all ours, mademoiselle. Name's Eddie Fender. I'm a bit of an ace attorney. So much for whipping me into shape. Ah, yeah, she's perfect. What are you muttering to yourself about, Kay? That positivity, that charisma, the energy. It's kind of nice for the goofy characters to get into tricky situations instead of always being the serious character. You know what? True. Ooh. Ah, sorry, my back's... There we go. Ah, getting old. Oh, I missed that text then. Hold on. What was it she said?
Regina, you'd make a perfect partner in crime for the great thief Yatagarasu. Great thief? Well, that sounds like fun. My animals and I have stolen the spotlight quite a bit in our time. That's the one thing we don't want to steal. Can we keep it on the down low, stealthy ninja-like? But where's the fun with that show? The down low sounds like it might get me down. Bummer, I think we've got a fundamental difference of opinion going on here. It would indeed appear that negotiations have broken down. Maybe next time, Kay. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, let's get cracking. Too bad we can't see much of what's beyond that metal fence, though.
Indeed, and we're in sore need of information in addition to evidence. Therefore, we should make an effort to talk with any persons of interest as well. Donk, donk, donk. Oh. So, this high voltage fence, I know exactly what's going to happen. The elephant is going to be eaten by the T-Rex, and then the fence is going to be unpowered, and it's going to be all like, meh. And then, you know, the lawyer's going to run into the toilet, he's going to get numped. It'll be horrible.
Hey!
Who are you shouting at?
Ponds like this usually have goldfish in them, right?
Sometimes it's nice for the stealth characters to have a distraction. You know what? That's true. That is very true. I want to see if they come say hello. I only see water striders.
Hey, water striders are cool. They can walk on water like ninjas. Whoosh, whoosh. Man, I wish I could do that.
So much for the goldfish. We need to talk to Regina. So, how many years have passed, I wonder? Only a single year. There's only been 1 year since the last game that she was in. Damn. And she's the head of a department as well. She might be a ditz, but, like, she's pretty good at her job, huh? You know that poor dinosaur didn't know what it was eating? Well, no. You know what's really kind of interesting to me is how differently everything goes in the book. Like, if you've ever read the book of Jurassic Park, Gennaro is like an action hero. He's fucking buff to start with. He survives all the way to the end of the book. Like, he actually, it's not. As I recall, it's not Muldoon and Sattler who go out to try and rescue Grant and the children. It's Muldoon and Gennaro who go out and try and do it. He's involved in the bombing of the raptor nest as well. Like, they did him dirty in the film. They did him dirty. If you're the head of the animal taming department, you must be Mr. Saint's boss.
That's right. My dad founded the Very Big Circus. But he passed away. He was murdered. I'm sorry to hear that.
And jail. Uh-oh.
But we have a new ringmaster now, and he's made the circus bigger and better than ever. He's such a nice man. He was a good friend of my dad's too. Wow, that's great. Look at you. I know, right? It was his idea to set up departments like animal taming, magic,
and ventriloquy.
Only animal taming and ventriloquy. Have more than one person right now.
The book is very significantly different to the film. Like, they got Michael Crichton in to help with the screenplay for the film because he understood the subject material, so he was brought in as a consultant. Basically, the book would not have translated well to film in its existing state. So what they kind of did was they cut about half of the book's content out and replaced it with other stuff, and then the other half they used for The Lost World. So like there's parts in The Lost World which are basically one for one in Jurassic Park, the first book. And also Jurassic Park book has, do you remember the aviary scene with the Pteranodon in Jurassic Park 3? That's in the first Jurassic Park book. So yeah, I mean, it's like, it's very significantly different to the films. It's well worth a read though. It's a really good book. Really, really, really good book.
But the Very Big Circus is getting bigger and better day by day. Sounds like you guys are really going places.
They're getting on well. I'll leave them to it. Can you tell me about the show?
Oh, it's a wonderful thing. It even has a story. And not just any story, it's a love story. Isn't that dreamy?
Ah, sounds like a regular riot. So what's the star of the show? Let me guess, you?
No, silly, that would be Azia. And she falls in love with none other than Regent the Tiger. It's a heartrending saga of forbidden interspecies romance.
Uh-oh. We were talking about the differences between Jurassic Park the novel and Jurassic Park the film. So Jurassic Park the book, a different set of characters die. The way that Dennis Nedry gets killed in the book is much more graphic than in the film. Like in the film, he gets spat on by a Dilophosaur, and then, you know, he just gets savaged in the car, and you don't really see it. The book has paleontologically accurate Dilophosaurs where they actually stand about 3 meters tall, and they're about, like, I think 8-10 meters long. And basically, it guts him, bites him on the head, and then he dies as he's being lifted up into the air by this thing, and his, like, guts are just spilling out of him. It's like, holy fuck, man. You know, Hammond doesn't survive the book either. Hammond dies in the book. He gets killed by compies. Like, you know that scene in The Lost World where the guy gets swarmed by them? That's what happens to Hammond in the book.
Whoa, Nelly, I've heard of odd couples, but that takes the biscuit. And that's not all. There's a love triangle too. It's so romantic. That sounds pretty incredible, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? So the elephant is the heroine, I suppose. It's the first time for everything. And who's the third wheel? Oh, that would be the big old meanie who tries to tear our star-crossed lovers apart. Ooh, and what do you think it is, Mr. Edgeworth? Given that it's a circus, perhaps a lion? I think a raven would be cool, like the Atagrassi.
You knew the books were ghosted, but holy hell. Yeah, the books that the book is, like, the first book, especially. If you see it in, like, a thrift store or something like that, just buy it. Just fucking buy it. Yeah. It's really good. It's really, really, really good. But yeah, I mean, the way that he cops it in the book is really graphic, really quite violent.
Ha, nope, it's a sneaky monkey.
That certainly lowered the stakes.
Oh, you mean money, right? Nope, again, the role of the monkey is played by Simeon. Money's far too small to play against Azir and Regent, silly. Anyway, the evil villain tries to tear Azir and Regent apart. What will become of the fated twosome? It's so exciting, isn't it? Oh, wow, it sure is.
That's how you got Atlas Shrugged for 25 cents. I think I'd probably be more interested in reading Atlas Shrugged if Ayn Rand wasn't involved. No, but I do go to charity shops quite frequently to buy, like, books. You're not a fan of Animals Interspecies Romance? What about Interspecies Reviewers? What about Interspecies Reviewers? That was one of the animes of all time, right? That was pretty good. I mean, unironically, Interspecies Reviewers was pretty good. Like, I'd recommend it. But don't judge me for that one, alright? Don't judge me for that one, okay? 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 Good. Good, good, good.
Poor Simeon. It'd be terrible if he couldn't perform with us anymore.
Okay. Can you tell me about how you set things up for the performance?
Oh, that's not really my area. Simeon took care of all the lifting and carrying.
Fancy humanoids are close enough. Elves, 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 elves. Breed the elves, breed the elves, breed the elves. Maybe breed the dwarves, but breed the elves, breed the elves, breed the elves. Yeah.
Oh, that's not really my...
Oh yeah, we've read that bit.
He's such a sweetie. He offered to do everything by telling me to concentrate on the show. I did see him doing something near that well, though.
A well? I recall seeing one behind the stage. I should examine it in more detail. Breed the faunas. Unfortunately, I mean, there are issues with that now. You know. Fox girls and bunny girls? Well... I mean, yeah. I personally, and this might sound strange to you, so please bear with me on this one. Please do bear with me on this one. I actually prefer wolf girls who are made out of wheat. Wolf girls made out of wheat. If you know, you know. Excuse me.
Yeah, sounds like something you would do.
Weeping all the while. You favour frog and giraffe girls as well? Giraffe girls, eh? Giraffe girls who are Max Verstappen by any chance?
He was going back and forth between the yard here and some sort of workshop with all the equipment. The prison gave us special permission to use it for storage.
Spice and Wolf, yes! One of the figurines I had come recently was the new Desktop X Decorate holo, and it's so beautiful. I was really worried because the box came super banged up. It's like, I won't order from that supplier again, I don't think. Because every other box of figurines that I've ordered recently has come through marked fragile. It's been heavily packaged. That one had been fucking drop-kicked by someone. And then I opened it up and the box the figurine itself was in was banged up, and I was like, oh no, oh no. And then I opened up the box with the figurine was fine. So I was like, you know what? I ain't going to make a fuss about this because the figurine is fine. I just won't buy from there again. But yeah, I mean, I love Spice and Wolf. It's so good. I've got most of the light novels as well. I'm missing like 2 or 3 of them. But once I have those, I've got the entire collection. Very nice. Very nice, Holo-chan. Hiyori Mikami is a wolf bard girl VTuber? Interesting. Interesting. Hold on. Give me a minute. We're deviating from our regularly scheduled programming to look up wolf bards. Hold on. Let's see. Intriguing. I'll have a look into them. They're cute. They got a cute design. Yeah. Okay. You got to finish up your Goblin Slayer and Soul Eater collection. Yeah. Goblin Slayer is pretty neat. Goblin Slayer is pretty neat. I've got some of the novels. I've got some of the manga. My favourite manga is School Life, Gakko Garashi. Phenomenal series. I was so stressed. When I got the last issue, I was so fucking stressed. Am I a poster collector? I have some posters. Mostly my posters are like synthwave themed. I've got a few gaming posters, but like I don't really collect anime posters. I've got like synthwave posters which are up behind me because in theory with my day job, there is a non-nil chance I'm going to have to go onto a conference call with like an actual court judge at some point. So all the stuff that's behind me is like not weeb shit. You know, it's aesthetic to me, but it's like it's sensible for if I was to attend in a court hearing or something like that. I have actually been to a court hearing before. Despite what you may think, watching me as a streamer, I have attended at court before, you know, in the capacity of you know, not the representative who was conducting the hearing, but I was there as a representative. So, you know, I have to make considerations like this when I'm planning my office out. You know, I have to make sure that when the camera is facing towards me, all of the weeb shit is in front of me. None of it is behind me. None of it is visible to the camera. You have to play it smart sometimes. Oh, my back. Ugh. My thoughts on vaporware. So if we're talking vaporware as in like computer programs, it's pretty neat. You know, there's a lot of interesting stuff there. If we're talking vaporwave, then yes, I like a vaporwave aesthetic. I really like slushwave. So slushwave is a musical genre. Which, yeah, I thought you meant vaporwave. I knew what you meant. So, slushwave is a variation of vaporwave. So, to get slushwave, you basically take vaporwave, but you take it away from being like mall samples and, you know, like found sound and music concrete and whatnot. And then what you do instead is you take 1980s Japanese pop songs. You slow them down to about 25% of their actual speed, and you chuck every delay and every phaser and every flanger on them that you can, and then you cut them into loops, right? If you want to have some absolutely banging fucking Slushwave. I'll type the guy's name into chat on Twitch side. But Telepath is my favourite Slushwave artist. Like, I normally listen to Telepath weekly. When I'm at work, I have Slushwave on in the background because it's background music, but it's engaging enough that I have things to latch onto with it. But I absolutely love it. I've got pretty much all the Telepath albums, plus there's the Virtual Dream Plaza collection. So 2 collections, 32 hours each. And what I'll do is, on a Thursday, Friday, I'll put one of those 2 on, and I'll just let it run through both of my work days, and it takes me right through to the end. It's fucking beautiful. At first I preferred the second collection, but I've been leaning more towards the first one recently. The first one's got some very weird experiment. Oh, you know Telepath. Excellent. Excellent. Nice. It makes me happy when people know about this sort of stuff already. Interestingly enough, I'm pretty confident that Raura from Hololive is a Slushwave enjoyer. Because in debut, she said about she likes listening to slowed down music with loads of delay and reverb, and I'm just like, that's fucking Slushwave. You're a slush maxer. You are a slush maxing cat, right? And I never got an answer because you don't very frequently get responses from corporate streamers. But I know, and I know that she knows that I know. Even though, I don't think she knows that I know that she knows that I know. But that's by the by. I know, and that's the main thing, right? He was the only one who went down there, so I don't know much more than that. Oops. The workshop must be the one where Knight's body was found. I guess this confirms that Mr. Saint was the only performer to have gone into Workshop A. Oh, this sucks. All we're getting is information that works against us. You have to help Simeon, Mr. Attorney. We're all counting on you. Just leave it to us. He may not look it, but Mr. Edgeworth knows how to get things done. And what exactly is he may not look it supposed to mean? Okay. How long have we been going for? 2 hours and 20. I tell you what, guys. I think it's probably a good idea for me to wrap things like that. I don't know if you can hear it. My voice is starting to go. Yeah, we'll do that. Let's pull over here. We've been going longer than I normally would for a voice-acted stream. Like, I need to go and get some cough sweets because my throat's starting to tighten up. And it's like, actually, that's the point where you need, doing this sort of thing, you need to know where the limit is and when to stop. So it's a weird place to stop it, I appreciate, but I need to go rest my voice, I think. So yeah, we'll finish things up there. Tomorrow we're playing Cursed Digicam from Chiller's Art, so I'm looking forward to that quite a lot. It's supposed to be really good. I mean, Chiller's Art has been on fire recently. Posted a link in music talk. I'll have a look at it. Yeah. I'll be interested to see if it's something I already know. Like, the only breakcore I can think of off the top of my head that I listened to anytime recently was Tsundere Violence. And then, I mean, the other breakbeat that I've been listening to quite frequently actually is Saki the Fish. So you might know Saki the Fish, actually. I mean, let's have a look at what he posted before we wrap things up. I want to see if it's anything that I actually already know, because that would be kind of super cool. Hold on. So music talk. Right. I think I know the sort of stuff that you're meaning, yeah. I mean, if you look up Saki the Fish, specifically, there's an album called Cyberfish, which is... Hold on a minute. That was a ripping fart. There's an album called Cyberfish, which is really fucking good that you should have a look into. But yeah, tomorrow is Cursed Digicam, and then on Sunday, we're yapping about anime. We're going to talk through all the seasonal shows that I'm watching this season. I have 30 of them. 30 anime, which doesn't count run over from last season, such as Danmachi, Blue Box, and Tiger Knot with an Amagami Sister. I have 30 shows just from this season alone. It's fucking mental. And we're going to go through all the ones I'm watching and what I think of them. So, until tomorrow, guys, I will leave off going up myself a lemon. Thank you again for the hangs. I'll see you very soon. Enjoy the rest of your day. Cyber's a good attitude. It's now called next to almost anything, especially sex. And on that, take care. Hang on. Nope. I pressed the wrong button.